Hello everyone and welcome to Cluedo, a truly classic board game, which was one of my first few board games that I really started to play before I moved on to more serious board games. Cluedo, Monopoly, Ludo, a couple of those ones, before I moved on to kind of slightly more complex board games, but it still holds a very special place in my heart. And I like to play board games on this channel, so I thought, let's have a go today. It's been a long time since I played Cluedo. I'm not sure if I'm going to be any good anymore. We'll have to see. We are obviously playing as Colonel Mustard because he has the most excellent moustache. And we're going to add 5 different AIs at medium level. I'm not entirely sure what this setting does, so we're going to leave it off. So, unfortunately we don't have Colonel White. We don't have White here. Because that is all up behind DLC, but these are the 5 characters we can go with: Peacock, Green, Plum, and Scarlet, and then we also have Orchid here, who I believe replaces White. And this is of course a game of deduction, so I'm going to need to try work out what the other players have got in their hand, and obviously the cards that are not in anyone's hand are the cards that we need to figure out overall. They'll be the murder cards, that's the whole point of this game. So, Orchid, Scarlet, Peacock, Plum and Green, we have been designated with 3 cards. The dining room, the hall and the library. That's interesting, we're very location heavy. I don't know how to feel about that really. That could be good, that could be bad. Obviously rooms is the most numerous. But not to have any leads on suspects or weapons is problematic. We're going to also be marking down how many times people may have got a suggestion from another player. So we know that Green has given Plum a card of some kind. It's either Lead Pipe, the Plum, or the Studied. We don't know which one. However, if one continuously shows up, we might be able to make a somewhat educated guess if we need to guess in a hurry. I don't really have a great strategy for this game, to be honest. It is just all pretty much luck and guesswork, I find. It gets a little bit easier in the later stages once you find out a few certain things. If we can knock out the rooms, that will give us a lot of opportunities elsewhere. So they have said Ballroom, Revolver and Green with Orchard, so we'll see what turns up there. And it's our turn now. Where do you want to start? We could start in like a dining room or hall. Let's roll first, see where we can reach. Because we've been unlucky, we've rolled a double 1. Which means we can't even make it to the ballroom or the hall, which is incredibly unfortunate for our first turn. So we don't actually get to ask anyone anything of actual importance. And Orchard seems to run into the same issue as us. And actually we're blocking her off, which is quite funny. So, back to Scarlet then. It's unfortunate not to be able to get a single clue in the first turn. It's really unfortunate, but these things happen. So this is Kitchen, Green and Wrench. Lots of people seem to be asking about Green, and as you can see here, the game will nicely calculate for us when we know someone hasn't gotten things. So Peacock here hasn't been able to show Scarlet a card of any kind, and so we've got 3 X's there, so we know that it cannot possibly be any of those. However, it could still be Green, Wrench or Kitchen. We have not been able to rule that out any time soon. Of course, you can accuse yourself. You can accuse Mustard of being the killer. There's nothing wrong with that. And now it's Peacock's turn. Peacock can make it over to the library. I think Orchard is possibly blocking her off up the top there. Now we have library, so we know it's going to be Mustard or Wrench. Actually, no, we don't, because we're going to be the one showing the library. But we've managed to knock off 3 people potentially having the Wrench, so if we can find out Wrench would be the one early on, that would be excellent. We'll just have to see if we can find another way to get there. So they're going to the library as well. I imagine I'll have to show my library card to Plum as well. No, Green has one. So we know that has to be Revolver or Peacock, because the library we have. So that's good, useful information. Okay, what's next? Dining room. Dining room's another one we have, but given Green's asking, we're almost certainly going to have to give away some information there, unfortunately. I doubt that's going to help us very much because we're going to have to give away the dining room card, unfortunately. Okay. Where are we? Oh yes, we are actually dragged over here now because someone accused us, or someone suspected us in that room. So where can we make it to? We can make it to the hall, the library, the billiard room. Let's move it over to the hall. Let's go to the study actually, because we know that we can get from there to the kitchen with pretty much a very low roll. Who do we want? Let's suggest myself, Mr. Mustard, Colonel Mustard, apologies, and we'll suggest the wrench in the study. See what turns up. Orchard doesn't have anything for me. Ooh, we've got a very quick unlock there of the weapons. We know that it's wrench. 5 X's means that no one has the wrench card. And thankfully, Peacock has mustard, so that's knocked one off for us. That is very, very early to get the weapon out of the way. That's incredibly lucky. That being said, if we have it this early on, I suspect some others will have it early on as well, so we can't use that and rest on our laurels. That suggests to me that a lot of people have this information. So we'll keep going. We'll see how things go. Okay, so here, Orchard just says Dr. Orchard with a wrench in the dining room. And Scarlet has provided a card. Now we know it can't be wrench, and I have the dining room. So Scarlet must have Orchard as a suspect card, which means we can rule out Orchard, and it's down to Scarlet, Peacock, Plum and Green. This is going well. We're going to start work on the rooms. I think the rooms is going to be the big one. Even with 3 rooms in our favour, we still have a long way to go. Okay, so Scarlet's going down to the study, the old chestnut, and it's going to suggest Plum and the wrench. I think people do know it's probably the wrench. Now, Peacock has given Scarlet the study or the Plum card, however we don't know which one it is. So for now, we'll just keep going on. I must say it's very handy having this tablet thing that does it all here for us, because in the real game, of course, you have to do all this yourself. Which is doable, but suddenly it's a lot easier when the computer does parts of it for you. Okay, so it could be green. So we can see there that Plum has given the green, potentially given out the green card twice, which suggests to me he might have it. But we can't rule it out that he might have given out billiard room. So, if we can test billiard room with information we already know, that would be useful, because then if we know billiard room is ruled out for whatever reason, we could strongly suspect that he has that green card there. So that's the plan, is get to billiard room. Okay, so unfortunately we know that is going to be the Orchard card, so we don't need to do anything there, but it doesn't give us any new information. It might have given us an extra X on the study, however. That might be the only positive thing from that. So Peacock, Dagger, billiard room. Oh, that's a lot of X's. Goodness me. Ooh, that was a lot of X's. So Peacock. Oh, someone's tested billiard room for us. Excellent. We know it's not the billiard room. So this has to be the right card here. Plum must have the green card. The green card as a suspect. So we need to work out Peacock and we need to work out Dagger. No, it can't be the Dagger. We know it's the wrench. We need to work out the suspects though. We don't know what the suspect is. We don't know what the room is yet. Sadly, we can't make it to billiard room, but that's provided us useful information from someone else. We can make it to hall or library. Let's make it over to the library, because we know that we can go to probably billiard room next time. I have the library card. I'm also going to put in Peacock. Yeah, I'm going to put in Peacock, because then we can narrow out Peacock as a suspect. No, actually, let's put in Scarlet because someone might provide their last X for us. Let's go for Peacock or Plum. Sorry, Scarlet or Plum. We've got a Plum card there, so we'll go for Scarlet. Scarlet. And we'll say the Wrench, or that might give some other people information in the library. Scarlet Wrench Library. Who's giving that to us? Okay, so someone has the Scarlet card. Plum has given us the Scarlet card. That's fine. That narrows it down to Peacock or Plum. It's going to be the rooms that are going to be the tough bit about this, I would certainly imagine. I do like a board game. So you're suspecting it's green with the rope. That is likely to be the green suspect card that Plum is giving. So we could put a question mark over. We could put a question mark over rope. I'll put 1 down, but I strongly suspect that he's given out the green suspect card instead. You're over to the billiard room. It would be wonderful actually if you could knock that out for us. So you're suggesting Peacock with the dagger. Oh, that's bad. Well, we know it can't be dagger. Wait, no, it could be dagger, sorry. It could be dagger. Could be Peacock, and it could be billiard room. That's unfortunate. It's a very open-ended answer, which doesn't provide us that much useful information. I feel like we want to clear out the suspects next. Once we clear out the either Peacock or Plum is the killer, we can then move on to the rooms. And we do have 3 rooms working in our favour. There's another card from green there. On dagger and kitchen and Peacock. I think I've got to imagine it is Peacock that he's showing, but we'll get confirmation of that if we can. And if not, then we know it could well be something else. We just need, if we can figure out the suspect between Peacock and Plum, then that would solve us a lot of problems. Green, Wrench and Hall. Well, I'm going to have to show Hall here. I don't have a choice. So we know some people's cards, but Green and Orchard we're still a little bit in the dark about. You're off to the study, that would be a good one to check. So Green, Rope, Study. Okay, so we know that Orchard doesn't have Green or the study. We know that they must then have rope. Even though we've already filled out, we already know which weapon it is, it's useful to be able to find out what other people's cards in. So I'm still going to mark down Orchard's card as rope. Just seems like a sound, logical thing to do. I want to find out billiard room and Peacock, if I can. Can I make it there is the question. I can make it there, excellent. Let's get this sorted out. So let's go we'll go Peacock in the billiard room. No, that's a silly idea. We'll go with Plum in the billiard room because we don't want Peacock and billiard room to come up twice. So Plum in the billiard room with the wrench, as I imagine most people have found that out by now. Now Green has got something for us. Oh, he's got Plum. So that means it has to be Peacock. Which suggests to me it could very well have been Dagger that he has as his other card. So I'm going to put that down as a question mark because that's very much a maybe that he has Dagger. So now it's purely the rooms. We've got a lot of rooms to work out. Study, kitchen, conservatory, billiard room or ballroom. We did manage to unlock Wrench very quickly, which was useful. That doesn't narrow anything down for us because that could be Peacock, could be Dagger, or could be billiard room. We know that Plum still has 4 cards to work with, so, you know, also 2 cards to work with, so we really have no idea, unfortunately, at the moment. I would really love to knock out either Dagger or Peacock, just... Well, no, it can't be Peacock, sorry. We know it can't be Peacock. Ooh. That was interesting. So that is... They've probably given away rope, but we'll mark this down here in the ballroom. That's very interesting. Okay, next. I've got to imagine Billiard Room and Dagger are the last cards of green, but I'm not sure. All we need to knock out is... If we could knock out Billiard Room... If we know that someone doesn't have Billiard Room, that'd be excellent. Okay, so what happened here? We know that, in all likelihood, the green suspect card was given out by Plum. We'll put a 1 down here, but again, I suspect that it's probably been the suspect card. If I were the player, I would always just give out the same card as much as possible. So everyone has the same information, but not everyone else has other bits of information. Green, wrench and kitchen. We know it can't be wrench, we know it can't be green, so that has ruled out kitchen for us. And that's given us another card for orchard. Orchid? That's good though. Oh my goodness, Professor Plum's about to make an accusation. He thinks it's Peacock with a wrench in the billiard room. Is he right? I think he might be. Yep. He's got it. Damn. So he found out about the billiard room. Well done, Plum. Well, I think we have to have another game. We can't just leave it at 1. We were onto something there. We were getting somewhere, but we just weren't quite there, were we? I'm intrigued to see what this does, so I'm going to turn it on. Oh, that was unfortunate. I think if we'd managed to knock out Billiard Room earlier, we might have been okay. So we've got Revolver, Ballroom and Dining Room. 1 of each. Oh no, so 2 rooms and 1 weapon. We did find out our weapon very early, and we're going first. Please give us a high roll, because we struggled last time a little bit. Let's go up to... Let's go to the dining room, because we know we've got the dining room. And we'll go for green, and green, and we'll go for the dagger. And Scarlet has something for us. What's she got? She's got dagger. Fine, that narrows out dagger for us. And orchid goes next. Can she actually make it somewhere? She might be able to make it to the ballroom. I think she can just about. We have ballroom, so hopefully someone else gives their clue. We don't have to give ours. Scarlet and rope. Oh my word! Goodness me. Scarlet and rope can only possibly come from orchard. Right, we need to confirm that ourselves then. That being said, it could be a bit of a red herring because Orchid could have both Scarlet and Rope and is just purely confirming the ballroom. Okay, so Green has given Scarlet information on one of these 3 cards. However, we don't know what that contains just yet. Hopefully we will in the future. Right, Peacock's turn. 6, I think, can make it to a couple of places. And what do we have here? Suggesting it's Plum with the wrench. Okay, so we'll put this into... Plum is 2. This is 2, and this is 1. Right now all we have is 1 card from Scarlet. You're off to the study. The study hasn't had any information on it yet. It does also suggest who else are you going to suspect of being there, I wonder. Plum and the revolver. Well, we're going to have to give off revolver information. That's unfortunate. That's not going to give us much information apart from the cards of green. It's very annoying, in fact. Okay, you're off to the lounge. Suggesting it's green with the lead pipe. Thankfully we don't have that, so it can be a useful clue for us. So it's either the lead pipe or the lounge, as we know that Orchid does not have the green suspect card. I want to find out about Scarlet and the rope, though. That's interesting to me. So we're going to go somewhere that we can reach, which is one of our cards. So we'll go to Ballroom, because we want to test Orchid, really, with Scarlet or rope. We'll put in both and see what happens. I suspected, I thought she might have these, but I wanted to confirm them. Oh, hang on. If you need to narrow things down, the peek hint lets you take a look at random unknown card from another player's hand. Really? Do I have to? Oh, is this sort of the, No, I don't want the fine. I'll use one peek card just to purely understand what's going on. Let's go with Orchid, actually. I want to find out what she's got. She's got the library card, but we knew that already, so that's fine. I didn't use a weird hint thing. I'm guessing that's what that thing on the right-hand side I turned on was, so I'm glad that actually I didn't learn anything new, because that feels a little bit cheaty, and in a game of deduction, which is where the whole point of it is to deduce what's going on, it seems a little bit silly to have such things. Okay, Scarlet suggests it's going to be Peacock with the revolver in the ballroom. So that has to be Peacock, because we have the revolver and the ballroom. So we know that one of Green's cards has to be Peacock. So that rules out Peacock for us. Excellent. So now what happened? Peacock is going to go... We don't have any Peacock's cards yet, or plums, which worries me. I might try rule out the rest of Orchid's cards, sorry. What's happened here? That's going to be... Okay, Green's going to found out. Green's going to have given the Peacock card to, we do believe, Peacock, so that's fine. Now what? Plum is going to go to the library. We know the library's already locked out. So I think it's Peacock with the lead pipe. That could well be Peacock. Green showing the Peacock card again. We will put down a tentative query for lead pipe, however. Okay, Green's turn. You've been showing a lot of cards, Green, so what are you going to do with your turn? You're thinking of the dining room, which is frustrating because I'm going to have to give out a card for that. So yeah, there's the dining room. So that doesn't help me in the slightest, unfortunately. But it is now my turn. I think we'll try and knock out the last of Orchid's cards. No, I don't want hints. Go away. I'm really annoyed. Fine, I'll move to a room. Where was I? I was in the ballroom. I'll stay in the ballroom. Can I turn these hints off? These are annoying. No, I can't. Fine. I'm staying in the same place because that feels silly. We need to get rid of Orchid's last card if we can. So we need to suggest a rope. So let's go for we'll go for Peacock. We'll go for rope in the ballroom and see what happens. Ah, we know it's rope. Excellent. That's very useful. Even though we didn't find out Orchid's last cards, we found out the weapons. This hint thing, I'm really not a fan of. Not in the slightest. Especially as there seems to be something locked under here. You can pay $1.99 for a hint. How crazy is that? Okay. So, Orchid is given a... Sorry, Scarlet is given a card to Orchid. We know it can't be Peacock or Rope, because Rope is the weapon, the murder weapon, so it has to be Kitchen. So that knocks off one of Scarlet's cards. Excellent. I think we'll focus on rooms, because I think the suspects will come in their own time anyway. Okay, Scarlet couldn't do anything there because they couldn't move far enough away. Gotcha. Someone suggested something in the kitchen, plum and lead pipe. That's likely to be Scarlet's card from the kitchen, but I'll put down a tentative marker on plum and lead pipe as well. Could be plum. In which case we'd be looking purely at rooms after that. We've still got a lot of rooms to go. Billiard room, conservatory, hall, lounge and study. We don't have much information on any of them actually. You're suggesting plum and wrench. Okay, so that can't be plum or study because we know that you've already not given those out. So it has to be this one here. It has to be wrench. So that's cards from Whodunnit. We've got lots of cards at Orchid, Scarlet and Green, but none on Plum and Peacock. We have very little information on them, unfortunately. So you're off to the ballroom, which is really annoying because again I'm going to have to give you a ballroom card. I'm hoping... I don't think you've already got the ballroom card, but there you go. I've got no sense of where other players are at, really, and kind of their deductions. Let's try and find out about Plum. We made it to kitchen. It's not ideal because you know Scarlet's got kitchen. They're likely to give us the kitchen card anyway. So actually, let's find out about mustard or Orchid, because we might be able to get Orchid's last card if we're lucky. So we'll go for mustard. And we'll go for Candlestick. We may well get a card from Orchid if we're lucky. No. You're going to show me the kitchen, as suspected, unfortunately. We got a tiny bit of information out of that, but I would prefer not to go to the kitchen because I know that Scarlet's not very far down in the town order after us. So it's hardly ideal. But, you know, these things happen. Okay, green, rope, study. So that could be green. Or that could be study. It'd be really useful to find out Orchid, Green's and Scarlet's last card. Because then that would help us out in terms of information gathering in future. I feel like we're not moving as quickly as we did last time. So plum and the rope. So that has to be conservatory because we know that Peacock doesn't have the plum card, Peacock doesn't have the rope card because that is the answer. So it's got to be conservatory, then knocks off one of Peacock's cards. Good. Now what's Peacock going to ask? Now that she's given away that useful information to me. You're going to go to the study. Study's fine, there's a lot of things we can learn about the study. Please just don't choose a stupid other card. Plum and rope, fine. Okay. So it could be plum. I think that might have been two actually. And study. I want to find out about Plum's card. I want to find out if Plum's a suspect. Because if Plum's a suspect, we don't have to worry about green, orchid, or mustard. So we'll have to see. Kitchen. Kitchen's kind of useless because Scarlet will give you the kitchen. Yeah, just going to give you the kitchen again. I'll put a tentative thing down by Plum, but I think I've already put an extra one down there. I need to rule out Plum because it's causing problems for the rest of my information gathering. You're off to this kitchen. Stop asking for kitchen. Scarlet's just going to keep giving you the kitchen card. Yeah, and there we go, Scarlet again. It's incredibly infuriating. Right, we need to rule out Plum because otherwise Scarlet's going to keep causing problems. Just by giving out the kitchen card again and again and again. We can move to most places apart from the library and the hall. So let's go. Where can we go? Let's go ballroom because we have the ballroom. And we'll ask for Plum. Where are we in the turn order? We are after... Okay, let's just choose any weapon. We'll choose Revolver because we have Revolver ourselves. It's Plum. I thought it might be. So that leaves purely just... It's purely just the hall, the hall, the billiard room, the stounge, or the luddy? The lounge or the study, even. But I think we might have given away a lot of information to other people by doing that. So obviously, you're suggesting Scarlet with a wrench. You have shown the kitchen, because of course you have. That kitchen card of Scarlet is proving troublesome for everyone involved. Well, you're off to the dining room. So Reverend Green, lead pipe. We know it can't be dining room, but it could still be green or lead pipe. We don't know many of Peacock's cards. We know none of Plum's cards at the moment. This is unfortunate. Okay, Peacock, Mrs. Peacock, what are you suggesting? Over to the library. Fine. You're suggesting green and rope. Well, we know it's not rope, and we know it's not library, so that rules out green for us. We already know Plum is the suspect to be accused, but that's at least given us one of Plum's cards, finally. It's taken a very long time, but we managed it now. Okay. Right, Plum is off to the billiard room. So Professor Plum with a revolver. We know it's not Plum. We're going to have to give away revolver card. I'm not sure we've given away the revolver card to many people, actually. Unfortunately, we're going to have to give it away to Plum now, however. I reckon we try and knock out billiard room, because there's 2 X's there, so it's going to be so many people. You're heading off to the study. I mean, if you want to find out what the study for me, that'd be fine. Suggesting it's Scarlet. Well, that's stupid, because Orchid's going to give you a card. Yeah, so we know it's that one. That's fine. It's not fine. It doesn't give us any more useful information, unfortunately. Let's knock out billiard room if we can. Although we're a little far away, we should make it. Billiard room. And we need to get information from Orchid and Scarlet. Fine. So we need to ask something that they won't give us. So we want to find out billiard room. We could ask about Peacock. No. Ask about Peacock, that's fine. And ask about which weapon can we use. We'll use revolver. Let's find out what happens. Oh, we got it. We've got it. So it's going to be Plum with the rope in the billiard room. So we want to show Peacock, that's fine, but we're going to go for a final accuse here. Colonel Moss is about to make an accusation. It's got to be Plum, because there's no one there. There's no other people No one has shown us a plum card. No one's shown us a rope card. And it's got to be in the billiard room. Billiard room, there we go. Excellent way to kill someone. Let's accuse. Are we successful this time? Plum. Rope. Billiard room. We got it. Excellent. Success. Well done, we solved the crime. I hunt alone, win a single-player game of Cluedo. Or Clue, as I believe it's called in America. And there we go. That is Cluedo. I enjoy Cluedo. I enjoy board games. Both kind of beginner board games and more complicated ones, so we will probably see a few more of these in the future, as I've played many board games in the past on this channel, and I intend to play many more in the future. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.